DXY, man, went and did that digital. Well, and this is why, yay. When you see the candlestick patterns, you just gotta sometimes follow them or just go up against them and take that risk. Let me send this out and then we'll go ahead and get started. I keep forgetting. I need 3. Alright. Oh man. I got the sniffles again. It be like that. Should have got a little tissue, but it is what it is. Nah. Bro, calm down. I had to send stuff over to arbitrage and all those different groups and shit, and then get on the YouTube stuff. Calm down. Alright, gonna go ahead and get started. Let me not full screen. Let me get started first. Good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. You know why I'm here. It's your boy ABK, and thank you for checking out another one of my intraday / day trade analysis or setups, whatever you want to call it. Let's go ahead and get started. So first of all, DXY. Let's go ahead and hide these real quick so that we can see what we have and go on full screen. So DXY, as I mentioned on Sunday, I wasn't caring for this candlestick pattern right here where you see the evening star when price pushed back up to the 61.8 and then dropped. Like I mentioned, I was very skeptical about it, but I still ended up taking USHEF for a buy and EU for a minor sell, and those were ended up in losses, but we'll talk about that. But just wanted to show why, hey, candlestick formations, don't sleep on them, because price did the same thing right here, ended up dropping. So at least I knew what my risk was, and at least I knew why, if I were to take a loss, what happened, right? So this didn't end up playing out. Like I had mentioned, it was really risky for it too. So I'm gonna go ahead and delete all this. And at this point in time with the DXY, I really can't say that I'm looking for anything in particular from it, because I mean it's back down to this low that it had made back in February 2021, back in February 25th earlier this year. But it's still, I mean, I'm gonna go ahead and mark it off as an area of interest regardless, because price is basically already down there. But it's like, I'm not gonna try this. I can't try to get into anything right now for the DXY, honestly speaking, because I don't want it to be an incident where price comes down here, rejects, and then starts to push to the upside when I'm trying to look for sales or anything like that. Because if I were to go to the small time frame, the only way that I would be able to play this off for the sell is if price retraced up to, like, let me just say from this where price was consolidating at. I would have to wait for 90.006 basically, and then for a price to continue falling, which I don't necessarily know if I want to get into it. I mean, I do know that, like I mentioned, Peyton, he had mentioned the continuation for the sell on the DXY from up here, price pushed down, which really nicely, like, this is basically what he was seeing just on Euro USD. 61.8 hit, continuation to the downside. 89.451 is definitely a realistic target for this to come down to. So I'm going to be patient and actually wait a little bit because, like I mentioned, I do see that there is literally this this zone right here that price had came down to once before. So I'm going to wait, be patient. I took the L, so I gotta just wait a little bit, I don't want to just switch my bias because I took the L, try to get into a sell, because price could even come back up to 90.527, something like this, right? Price could still do a retest and then continue. And if it does something like that, I'm not sure if I'll even get in, to be quite honest with you. If it goes to like 90.472, not sure if I'll get in or anything like that. So I gotta actually personally really wait for the DXY a couple of days, to be honest. I want to wait for it to either break these lows or come back here and show me some type of bullish, like it's starting to show me that's turning around for a bullish move before I try to play anything on the DXY. So unfortunately for me, I can't trade that much. Euro USD, like I mentioned before I go on Euro USD, let me go on the DXY. Daily time frame, still very much bearish. 4-hour time frame. That 4-hour what I was mentioning. Did I mention this? No, I mentioned that I wanted to see this. Price breakout, retest, continue, yeah. But that didn't play out. And you see, I never got the arbitrage call, so I never tried to get in this, which is pretty awesome. I didn't really get any alerts actually from arbitrage yesterday, but now that I really think about it. So yeah, just gonna have to be patient with DXY. Looking at Euro USD, basically the same thing. I don't think this alert gave off or went off. I don't remember this alert going off at all. So again, same thing with EU. Oh wait, this is the 30-minute. That's why I don't remember it, because I was looking at the 1 hour. 1 hour never gave the sell call. Therefore, I didn't add any more risk to this trade on EU. Like I was mentioning with here, if it was really risky, and hey, if you wanted to take it, by all means, it was just a really risky move. So I took the loss on that. How many pips? Let me measure it. 38 pips, right? So gotta be transparent with my losses. Probably gonna have to post that on social media, to be quite honest with you. Don't want to make it seem as if I take all wins, because I don't. And if anybody tells you that they take nothing but wins and they never lose, then they are lying. They are liars. Alright, so 4-hour time frame. Remember here when I was mentioning that price could easily come up here to like just stop hunt and grab liquidity before it drops again. Hey, maybe that's what's happening, but I'm not gonna risk it. Like I said, either way for the DXY for me for EU or anything US dollar related at this point, is for price to just make a higher high and then I can play off of that, maybe, or see if there's a stop hunt and if it's gonna show any type of reversals. But until then, I know that I can play this. This is definitely a viable move that could happen. Hold on, where's the 1 hour? No retracement happened, so this could definitely see from this buy box. Ooh, this was clean paying right here. Paying gave the play. I did mention it. Oops, not here. It was here. There we go. Push to the upside, retest, buy box, hit the 61.8. I wouldn't have gotten in regardless, because this is where I would have gotten in for the buy. Price pushed up. Hasn't even hit the 38.2 extension yet. So, like I said, I'm waiting on the DXY, because that stop hunt could definitely be what it is. but I'm not gonna bargain off of it. I'm just gonna be like, I took the loss earlier this week. It is what it is. If anything, like I said, if I were to try to buy it again, I'd have to wait for a price to come back to 1.2100, and even if that happens, I'm not sure if I would sell it. I mean, I would buy it. So, I'm gonna have to be just be like patient and wait, guys, because again, I'm not crazy over the buys that much. I'm not crazy over a bearish DXY quite yet. I just want to be really safe before I get into anything on the DXY. Or hey, if Payton gives anything out, then I would definitely take that trade. But other than that, I gotta be safe, you know. AUD USD still playing out pushing up to the upside, 0.78323. It's still my area of interest, but without the DXYs playing out, not too sure how AUD USD will end up playing. So, just the same setup, guys, basically. And then I'll wait for some price action. Most likely, I'll wait for some price action up here before I think about trying to sell again. But like I mentioned, I don't know based off of with the DXY how it's moving, how things will act. So I'm gonna have to be very patient and wait for AUD USD to show me signs that it's gonna fall once it hits my fib area, you know. So that's for oops. I don't know why that switched off. So that's for AUD USD. Gonna go over here to arbitrage. Same thing. 1 hour. I don't think this sell was valid. Yeah, this sell I definitely did not get into it. But I was really feeling this on the arbitrage regardless. Like I mentioned, that 4 hour time frame, price should come up to the upper danger zone and reject. That's cool, but I'm not looking for that. And the daily time frame as well is just looking a whole lot of basura. So I'm being patient. I'm not gonna really try to trade AU. Like I'm just with the way how the DXY played, and I just took losses. I was in trades in. Like there's no need for me to try to rush back into the market. All right, UChef. Oh my goodness, this alert down here that I had, where it definitely didn't even go off on that. But anyways, let me see how much stop loss we had. Let's see what the loss was on this. Price moved up a total of like what, 20 pips maybe? Let me see. Almost 20 pips, and we lost 37 pips. So hey, that's a fair loss. Price didn't reach 1-to-1. I gotta follow my rules. 1-to-1 was not reached, so I can't put my stop loss to 1-to-1. So I lost how many pips again? 37. Okay. All right. So now, daily time frame. I gotta show this. Price could still potentially go bullish, you guys. For this based off of swings, this is still a very solid move to be attempted, you know. But again, it will be a swing, and I wasn't looking for a swing on UChef. I was being very not really crazy over swings. I'd rather be patient and wait to see what the market would give me. So this buy box is definitely, price is still in this buy box from this swing high to the swing low. Well, it's, as of right now, it's the swing low. But what I want to really see is there's some price action, because again, same thing with how I was saying with the DXY, like the candlestick patterns and the way how things were forming, it didn't look like price was going to turn around. So that's another reason more of why I didn't get into a swing buy or looking for any swing buys as of yet, because I'm like, I'm not comfortable with, I'm not really too crazy over trying to get into swings with the DXY, because I'm not 100% sure with it, right? So that's why, again, like that's why I'm like, I'm gonna take these trades, but they're gonna be like more of intraday trades than swing trades. So price almost came and hit my alert. I would actually be mad if it did hit my alert and it just didn't go off. 0.89653, 0.896. Yeah, it literally touched it like to the T actually, and it didn't go off. So that's interesting. But yeah, so I want to see what this is gonna do. If I were to try to sell it, honestly, then I would have to wait for something like this, kind of. I guess, to continue with the trend. But again, long term wise, I'm not looking for sales, so it's kind of productive if I try to sell. But if Peyton gives a call like this, where price goes up to like 0.90150, then sure, I'll go ahead and say let's go ahead and take that. Let's go ahead and try to take that sell with him. But that's only if he's gonna take it. If he's not gonna take it, then I'm not gonna take it. Because again, I'm looking for buys. I'm still pretty adamant on that until the swings turn around. Like until the DX, like I said, until that DXY really, I gotta say it again because I'm really adamant about this. Until the DXY really breaks down under 89.206, I don't know if I really want to try to get into any sells because it's at a bottom. It's at like the bottom when you look at the weekly. And so if it's at the bottom, then I would only want to get into sells if it makes a lower low. Then I could play off of that type of thing, you know? It's just not for me. It doesn't look that great. Yeah, exactly. Any sells are risky this low. I don't love selling at bottoms. Exactly. I don't like the idea of selling at bottoms either. So again, if Peyton wants to give this sell and he sees some divergence or he sees a lot of confluence and arbitrage is probably backing him up, then maybe I'll get in for a sell. But I don't like selling at bottoms. And again, with the way how this swing is for UChef, no way. Oh, let me go to arbitrage real quick for UChef and take that off. Daily time frame, very much bearish. Called for the sell on the 15th of April. 4-hour time frame, called for the sell right here. If I was awake and I would have saw that, then I would have probably got out. 1 hour time frame, just called for the 1 hour sell right here. I was going to mention that this break and retest happened if you wanted to get another entry, but I'm so glad I didn't because look what happened. And so, yeah, with UChef, like I said, guys, I'm just going to have to be patient and wait for price action to tell me that either A, price is going to go up, or B, price is going to continue pushing down. And even if I get a push to the downside, again, the US dollar is at a bottom basically. On the weekly time frame, I'm not trying to sell a bottom. S&P, we still in this trade. We had a little bit of drawdown. Like I mentioned yesterday, price had dropped down 34 points, but we were risking 73 points. So 1-to-1 definitely has not been breached. I still like this trade idea. I like how the past couple of hours price has just been like showing that it's gonna sell. Although volume isn't in the market, obviously, but I still like the idea of selling the U.S. indices. Let's go over to the VIX real quick. Yeah, the VIX is still holding in my area. And again, I'm really gonna play off of this VIX and let the VIX be the playmaker. If price ends up falling down past 16.38, then most likely that's what I'll be like, okay, it might be time for us to get out of the US indices for the sales or anything like that. You get me? So I need to add this to my list. Oops, not create new lists. VIX. All right, hold on, guys. Ah, man. Yeah, I had to get a tissue. Oh, that feels so much better. All right, so yeah, with the VIX, like I mentioned, price push down, go to the upside. That's what I would really love to see. And this is just, again, this is what you can use to get confluence with the DXY. I mean, with the US indices. I don't know why I said DXY. So, again, I'm still looking for this sell. This still looks very much valid. If I were to go into the lower time frames, it looks like a double top type of move. I won't be surprised if price rejects off of this 50 EMA on the 30 minute to push up a little higher to come to like 4190 probably to stop out any potential sellers right here that sold right here and then continue to the downside. That would be lovely. So let's see how the S&P plays out. I still have the same plays, like honestly. Now, I don't like seeing when the arbitrage 1 hour is showing that it's buying, but price was holding all over the upper danger zone. Spiked out a little bit, came back in though. So again, same thing with the S&P. I mean, same thing with arbitrage here. It gave the exit. You can choose to get out because this is, like I said, this is what I would use to get out of a trade. If anything, I'm probably just gonna set my stop loss back at 4186, and if price, and this is just to have a safer stop loss to get out the trade early. But if I were to really wait, if I were to really want to get a re-entry, I'd probably have to look at not even getting out the trade. Like 4190 is really realistic for price to come up to and stop hunt, then come back down. So you could hold it. You could either put your stop loss at 4186 and just be safe because arbitrage 1 hour is calling for a buy, or you could try to take this sell right here because I still feel like price is going to sell based off of the VIX and also how like my technical analysis is looking. 4 hour wise, break, retest. All of the retest was when price called for the buy, then push back up. So that 4 hour could definitely play out to 4206. Daily time frame still very much bullish. It broke down over here. It didn't stay under the RSI line. If I was selling on the daily, I'd probably be out the trade right now. Because if I was selling this is how I probably would have looked at this sell. Especially with the blue candle closer. I would have loved that. But then once I start to see that price is breaking off of this upper danger zone right there, that's when I'm like, I might have to get out. So usually the setup would be like this, like above the highs, almost a 1 to 2. But then if I saw something, I was like, oh, the sell hasn't been called in either A, I wouldn't even take the trade, or B, I would have probably took my stop loss like right there. Because again, price broke over the upper danger zone, and that's when I'm just like, if that's the case, I'm good. Like that's the same thing that happened with Ripple, and I'll go show you guys that right now once we're done with this. So again, with the S&P, I'm good. I'm not really trying to trade it, or I'm not really trying to change my trade idea with the sell. Same thing with US 30. I would be. Do I want to get into this? Nah, I'm not gonna get into this. I'm just gonna stick with the S&P. But yeah, I'm still sticking to the sell on US 30. I'm pretty sure arbitrage looks very similar, if not the same. Four-hour called for the buy. 1 hour time frame called for the buy. Price was hanging around over here. Same thing, did a double top ish. Looks like it might have stopped out a little higher. Who knows? But yeah, I'm still looking for sell on this. But the 1 hour did give the warning to get out the trade. So I don't want to hear if price does end up going to the upside that people are like, oh, I got into the sell and I stayed in. I'm like, well, I told you to get out. Nasdaq did by far the biggest drop, but I wouldn't have gone in because it never came to my entry. And still, the possibility of price climbing back up here, it still exists. I mean, I do see the double top right here for sure, but I don't depend on double tops to be like, oh well, that's a good opportunity to get into a trade. I used to, but I've seen double tops get ran through too much and then price coming back down for me to want to get into it. But although I did see this buy box right here, I still think the price could end up dropping down, especially if the other indices are like that. Let me actually hide this because I do want to have it so that if price ends up going bullish and making higher highs, then overall the swing was correct. Let me see. I hope no one else is having connection issues. Let me see. Nope. On my YouTube it looks straight, so maybe it's the gym for you, Peyton. But so Price push up to 13,567.5. I still see that as a possibility. And if price does get up there, I might sell it. If price gets up there, it might actually just say that I'm just going to the upside. But yeah, I'm not too sure about that. So let's go on over to USD Mexican. Glad I didn't get into anything. This is from last week. Why is it still up? Alright. Let me see what we have here on the 15-minute. Okay, so I didn't get where I wanted price to head over to for this push it downside, push up, then retest, and continuation. So that didn't end up being anything. It didn't end up coming to fruition. It didn't end up being a trade setup or anything like that. So I'm gonna still say like, yeah, what I had mentioned on what I had mentioned on Sunday, where I said that price could easily just come and take liquidity, push up, retest the continuation to the upside. That would be the only thing that I had to play if I was looking for buys. But again, with the USD Mexican, right now it's too low for me to try to sell, and it's too high, and it's too low for me to try to buy, and it's too risky for me to try to buy it right now. So what I would really have to do is, again, see this type of movement, breakout, retest, continuation, for me to get into a USD Mexican buy, or I would really have to see. So just so you guys know, I'm probably gonna have to do another analysis like later on this week, because if once I start seeing like the markets like this where I can't get into anything, then I'm like, okay, I wasted people's time. Well, not wasted, but they're probably going to want to see some type of other analysis so that they can probably get into something, or they can see what I'm seeing if I didn't get into anything in the market really. So and same thing with the higher time frame. I'd have to see price break through this. Let me get this out of here. Let's see price break through all that, then retest before I start to think about trying to sell USD Mexican for the longer term. So, well, I'm sorry guys, this is really annoying me. Or as people call it in Africa, fresh cold. Alright. I know that must have sounded horrible on the mic, sorry. But anyways, yeah, USD Mexican, only way I could buy it, or only way I could sell it, is if price breaks through this structure right here. Then I'm like, okay, now I'll start to be looking for sales. But other than that, I'm still pretty bullish on it, guys. Like, I don't want to try to sell it this low, and I don't want to try to buy it when it's this risky. Once it starts to show me more signs that it could go bullish, I'll think about it. 1 hour time frame, called for the fake buy, ended up calling for the sell. I would have gone in neither of those. This one, I might have tried to take the trade, honestly, from down here. Then push price up. When price came back up here, stop loss at break even probably. But that's if I would have taken it. I'm glad I didn't though. And then same thing. Yeah, nothing that I want to get into really. So that's for tacos. Let's look at gold. Gold pushed up even higher, broke out of that trend line. That's fire. That's fire how I did that. Let me go to the lower time frames. What did I have here? Yeah, this is from last week. I don't know what this is on. Alright, 1 hour time frame. Or actually I gotta go on the daily, because honestly, I'm gonna have to move this right here now, just so you can see that there's interactions right here. Honestly speaking, gold is not one of the pairs that I'm looking to really trade actively right now. For all I know, we can see this weekly, this daily candle push right back down with the bearish engulfing from right here. Weekly time frame could leave a wick, and like how it left this huge wick right here, it could definitely do a lot of that. And you know, just going from this high to this low with the fib, it's not far-fetched to say that price could still sell from right here. It's really not that far-fetched at all to sell inside this whole zone anywhere in here. So I'm gonna be patient with gold regardless. I'm not gonna really try to trade it. If I start to see some reversals and I start to see signs of it trying to fall, then maybe yes, I will get in. It did a break and retest, fell a little bit, retested it again, then dropped. But I gotta wait on gold. I don't want to try to buy it, but I don't also want to try to sell it quite yet. I do see it's at this resistance, but we all know possibility of price coming to stop on all of this. It definitely exists. So I'm good off of gold too. Like, I'm not gonna trade it again. I'm probably gonna do another analysis sometime this week, because when I get on the analysis and I don't see anything that I would like to trade, and I'm like, okay, I gotta just look at something later or see something what Peyton got. Well, that's for gold. Everything on arbitrage is bullish on gold, so I'll just show you guys. Daily bullish, 4 hour bullish, 1 hour bullish, 30-minute bullish. Oh, it's calling for a sell right now. Oh, okay, that's interesting. But yeah, gold, it's at a spot that it could sell at, honestly. And me seeing that 30-minute, I'm like, oh, that's interesting to see the 30-minute calling for a sell. But as far from what I know, especially with the 1 hour, the volume isn't that crazy with this push up though. Yeah, the volume's not crazy for this push up, so maybe it will start to show some divergence. I'm not sure if Peyton got some going on. Like I said, I'll check back with them later tonight. But if I were to try to play this short term, I'd probably try to get an entry at 1852. If it's gonna keep buying, which I'm not really crazy over, so that's the reason I'm leaving it alone. If I were to try to buy it 1852, then price coming back up to like 1877, that's not bad. That's not a bad idea at all. But I'm not trying to take that though. All right. There will be news coming in for the dollar, but awesome. I will check that out. And the indicators that I use. On this chart, I'm using the 50 EMA and volume. I also use the volume profile. But this other indicator that I have here is called the arbitrage indicator. It's the indicator that I pay for and that you can't really get off of TradingView. So if you do want more information on that, just go ahead and send me a message on Telegram or on social media or wherever. But like I mentioned, you can't really get this on. You can't get this on You can't get this on TradingView. You would have to purchase it, and then it'll be sent to you. So, no problem, Grace. All right, so gold, like I mentioned. Yeah, I'm not gonna try to sell this right here, but I'm also not gonna try to buy it, just because I do see the possibility of a longer time frame sell, and I see that the price is at this resistance. I know that there's going to be other retail sellers that are like, oh, it's at this resistance, I'm going to try to sell it probably back down to like 1809 or something like that. And that's not a bad idea, but that's not how I trade. So I'm going to leave gold alone. All right, let's go on to Bitcoin. Well, 42,687 fib did get hit, and price rejected right off of it, like I mentioned. So this play was pretty decent. That sell, man, it's crazy. But what I really did want to see was price come down to 39,000, fake people at 42,000, and induce more fear in the market. And with this volume, with this type of volume that price put it out with, and price is not continuing down, I think we might see another rise on Bitcoin. We haven't seen this type of volume since price was back down here when it was at what did it close at? It closed at 35,408. So we haven't had this high of volume on Bitcoin since then. And then the second highest from that was back in 23rd of February when price closed at 45,000. So with that being said, and Payton was saying at 42,000, I mean, he's just saying it to me personally, but saying that 42,000 price is gonna stop here, and I'm really seeing that price might stop right here and make a higher high. Look again, high as volume, huge volume on the 4-hour time frame right here, a bit larger than all the volume that we've seen in a very long time. In fact, we haven't seen this much volume on. We haven't seen this much volume on a 4-hour candle in a very, very long time. So again, price looks like it's about to, Bitcoin looks like it might take off, like might go crazy, take off, make higher highs. With people saying that, oh, Bitcoin's gonna do this, Bitcoin's gonna do that. No, this Payton's play might really come true. If I were to try to get in this at any point, personally, it probably would have been off of this, like, oh, price came down a little lower, made people more scared that price is going to sell. Nope, it came back up, retest. I would have been a little fearful for my life right here. Then price made higher highs. I think Bitcoin's going to take off. So what I would have to play off of this right here, I wouldn't want to get a retracement right here, right now. I really would want price to break out first, then retrace, and then we can get going. Rather than try to sell it right here. I wanted to create bullish structure. So let's see what happens here. I like this play though. Bitcoin is really looking like it's gonna take off to me. And hey, what I'm seeing on the 4-hour and the daily, 75,000, 80K in the very near future might not be so far-fetched now. Like, I'm feeling more comfortable getting into buys. You see, like when I was right here, I was like, I'm iffy with the buys. Price came down. It's showing signs, multiple signs. It's going to arbitrage 1-hour time frame, showing signs. If you want to get into this buy, by all means, you can. It already did the breakout, called for the buy, retested the RSI line. Right here would have been my personal entry, would have been in profit if I saw it, but that was not what I was looking for. And stop loss be under these lows, or you can just put it right here. The buys aren't looking crazy. Not trying to blow my nose in front of you guys. Alright, so let's see right here what we have. Might take a stab at these cryptos. RB on these cryptos. Yep, I might have to take these RB plays on cryptos. So, if you would like to take this buy, the buy looks very solid. This is, but like, confirmations are almost 100%. Like, literally. So, Bitcoin, if you want to take this buy, like I mentioned, or at current price, if you'd like to take it, I would rather prefer a retracement, but you might not get it. Put price at the lows and take price to the upside. You could even take a 1-to-1 trade like this. You can move your stop loss. I would personally, if I'm trading Bitcoin, which I probably am, I'm not gonna front with you guys, I'm probably gonna trade it. I'm gonna probably put my stop loss right here at these, like right at these lows. If price comes back down here, then I'll be suspect to think that, or I'd start to think that, price is gonna reverse if it's coming down here again, and I would be okay with taking the loss, honestly. And even if it's not a 1-to-1, this could just be your possible entry for a swing trade. But again, I would want to see if price is gonna go bullish. Is for price to go bullish, come right back down, and then go again. That's what I would like to probably see on Bitcoin. Cause just imagine if it's from this low to this high, look where it's coming back down to, 44,883 or 44,231. So I'm just being like, if that's where it's gonna stop at. So that's for Bitcoin. I am definitely interested in these buys. Yep, Ripple. Well, stop loss got hit a couple hours ago. And like I mentioned yesterday, I'm like, yo, if there was a time to get out of Ripple, it'd be down here on my channel. I'm like, if it's there any time, it's down here you want to get out. Where prices at basically are entry, and prices already called for this buy. That's why I said if for those other trades, you might want to wait for arbitrage 1 hour to give you better stuff, right? So 1 hour went ballistic. I'm glad I took my partials because I didn't get to lose as much as I did. Let me go on to the daily to show. Daily candle. This daily candle was already starting to like get called like around over here, like when price was at 1.554, 182. So that's why I set my stop loss above these highs, because again, I wasn't that crazy trying to like put the stop loss above those highs. No, I was not trying to take that type of trade. So stop loss got hit 1,850 pips. But if you use risk management, because I like to say, you guys, it's not about the pips, it's about how much you're putting on the trades, how much you're risking. Because I lost $170 off of this trade total. Yeah, total I lost like $170 or something like that. But it says that it's 1,850 pips. See what I'm saying? So, Ripple though, I was kind of sad that I didn't get this pricing down here like I wanted, and it is what it is. Ripple's just going to the moon. I'm just playing. It's not going to the moon, but I'm gonna have to be patient and wait to see what's up for me to get into anything. Dang, this thing is really taking off. If I were to have to play this, and look, this, like I mentioned the other day, right here would have been your entry. I saw it and I was just going against it. It's not that I didn't see it. I saw it. Peyton was so he was like, no, this thing's about to go crazy. Don't come at me when price goes bullish. And look what it did. Went bullish. I'm wrong. It is what it is. That's what the market is. You just have to pick and choose what you're playing off of. Kind of has that white cloth accumulation look to it. Yeah, the 4 hour might be the confirmation for you. Probably. It does look like it though, huh? We're gonna have to see on Ripple. I'm not really too bent out on it right now. Litecoin. And again, I played myself with this. Called the setup for the buy. I said, 61.8 got hit, 71% got rejected on the 1 hour time frame. Let me get rid of this. Hold on. On the 1 hour time frame, when I come back to it, gave that double bottom, stop traders out because they would have tried to sell right here. Price pushed out a little lower, then pushed up. I had multiple times to get in here. I could have got in here right here and put my stop loss at these lows at 210.60 or something like that. If I draw the fib from this low to this high, go on to the 15-minute time frame. I had multiple chances to get in this. I just played myself. So from this low to this high, I could have gotten at the 61.8. That would have been a fire entry as well. Would not have been. I would have definitely taken that. At that point, I would take the 61.8. Probably stack if anything. And prices are already making higher highs, and it's just going to keep going. So again, I had multiple chances to get in this. I just didn't take them. And I literally saw when price was down here, and I was saying that, dang, Litecoin might push to the downside. Again, it's just me. It is what it is. I could find another entry at a different time. Maybe wait for price to go bullish. Wait for the retracement, then come back. But yeah, I feel like these cryptos might be going to make higher highs again, guys. Ethereum, it didn't get to where I wanted to at 2,970, and I really wanted to start dollar cost averaging down at 2,761. But again, guys, let me go to the daily time frame and show you where this could have possibly stopped at, and it could have been the move from when price broke this high. Let's see where the fib went to from when price broke the high. I don't like playing fibs like that, but there's this one trader that I know he trades like that. I'm like, oh, that's interesting. Yeah, price came to the 71%, rejected off of that, and it's just like I said, there's different traders. They did trade differently. Like I said, he puts his fib right above where price had broken off of. and then the retest, he'll take that trade and probably put a stop loss under this candle from where price broke out from the upside. That's not terrible. It's not for me, but it's not terrible. I actually take trades like that sometimes because I'm like, it's not a bad strategy, especially with if you're going with like what's the word I'm looking for? Trending markets, then it's not a bad idea. But anyways, like I said, Ethereum, it didn't come to my start dollar cost averaging price. I think it's probably the price is gonna just continue making higher highs, and it is what it is at that point, right? I'm still gonna have this there, gonna set an alert just in case price does come back to it, but I'm not gonna try to play it. Hey man, and different traders, they trade different ways, right? That's how he trades. I don't know if he's successful personally or not, but based off of the way how he trades and based off of the way that he shows himself in the market, he is a profitable trader. You know how I be on traders. I'll be like, man, your stuff is garbage, or I'll be like, yeah, that's actually not terrible. There's no in between. But yeah, price could definitely come over here, hold at this resistance, and push to the downside. 4-hour 50 EMA is still above price, so this could still come down very much so to my start dollar cost averaging price, but I'm gonna wait on it. 4-hour time frame, haven't gotten that buy yet. Daily time frame is still bullish though, rejected off of the upper danger zone. So yeah, again, I'm just gonna be patient and wait to see what's good. Let's go on over to GU. Exactly the reason why I did not set this trade. Exactly why I did not say go ahead and get into this, because I knew that this lady was gonna do this and make this higher high. Glad I didn't get in. Glad I didn't even pay attention to it. All right, so GU again, guys. At this point I just got to see price make higher highs and then try to play off the retracement. Sadly enough for me, when price made this high, I wasn't able to get a good entry for a sell. I didn't want to actually I did. What am I talking about? Because it was just because price was consolidating down here a lot. But I could have definitely got an entry twice over here for this buy. Twice. So, but again, it's just something that I like to see what I could have did better to get into a trade. But overall, price is about to break this high, and I don't want to be any parts of trying to go up against it. Remember, these highs are equal to the highs back here, I think in 2018? Yeah, back 2018. These highs are very much subject to being stop hunted or liquidity grabbed, whatever you want to call it. Everybody has their own ways of how they call things in the market or how they play things in the market. I'm not gonna trade any of this. I'm just gonna have to wait. I'm gonna have a really quiet day in trading unless paying goes crazy and shows me a possibility for a trade. Or I just play the cryptos, one of those. Like I said, Bitcoin, possibility. But anyways, GA. Let's go on to GA. I said that I wanted to wait for price to break out of this zone. I'm still holding to that. I'm still waiting. So with that being said, I'm not touching GA. GJ making higher highs. What did I expect? Again, that's the reason why I didn't play any of these, because they were so sus. I'm glad I didn't, because I would have just taken more losses with my EU, U-Chef, and Ripple trades. So yeah, guys, this is continuing making higher highs. Again, I'm not going to try to trade off of this, but I did mention that this is a zone that you want to watch for price, what it's going to do. So I'm being patient with GJ as well, not touching it. Let's look at EG, because this was a pair that I was looking at, and I was saying, no, it already playing out. What time did it start playing out? At 11? I was awake, so I can't. I was working out, so I can't complain. But still, So anyways, EG looks like it's already hit my entry that I was looking for. It's out of here. I would have looked for it right here for price to get in. Put price to the upside and all that stuff. Well, that's too bad. That is really too sad. I had marked it up and everything. Push the upside, retest, continuation. It is what it is, you know? Sometimes you can't get everything. Sometimes if I would have been up, I would have probably traded it. Would have been a good 1 to 2.78, or if I would have taken it back to these highs, 1 to 3.39 trade, would have been a good risk reward, but it is what it is. Low-key grimy. Other than that, guys, I don't have anything other pairs. Like I said, it's gonna be a slow day for me. Okay, let's see ETH on RB. I forgot to give you that. My bad. I thought I did, to be quite honest. Daily time frame, 4 hour. Yes, I did. I did get on this. Stop it. 4 hour time frame, holding at the lower danger zone. If price rejects off of this, then hey, prices definitely keep falling. And 1 hour time frame. Oh, this is why I didn't show. Sorry. 1 hour time frame on arbitrage. I didn't get a retest. But last time I didn't get a retest on Ripple when it did the sell. I didn't get a retest. Price kept going up, and then it came back down. It ended up reversing. So, hey, this might be the play right here. I'm gonna set an alert. Because I know that's what you want me to do. I'm not even gonna look at. I don't even have to look at your message to know what you're probably telling me. I'll set this alert long. Oh no, not long. ETH USD crossing arbitrage RSI line create. So if price comes in, hits this black RSI line right here, then it'll give me the alert, possibly get in for that buy. But other than that, Litecoin on RB. I'm trying to Litecoin on RB. It's already gone, bro. Like that's why I didn't look at it. It's already gone. 4 hour. It might be the play on the 4 hour, but again, we would have to wait for a retest. Then a continuation for the 4 hour. The 4 hour looks solid though, but it just hasn't called anything yet. So nothing else? No other questions? Let me see what Peyton talking about. Yeah, but I don't like playing once price already does a move like this. I don't like playing that retest of the RSI line. Like just look at right here. From this sell retest, it dropped a little bit, but then boom. Like with this price, like I just don't like playing off of the non-retest. Like you see how price pushed up, then retest. I would have played this and probably had my stop loss at break even and then got stopped out. But with this in particular, not my type of setup. I'd rather wait for the 4 hour for the break and retest, if anything. Bro, we could talk about this on the chat. You know what time it is. Alright guys, so if that's the case, I'm going to go ahead and hop off. I will post up the recording very shortly for those who want to check it back out. And thank you for checking out my analysis. It's your boy AB. Let's make some money, y'all. Later.